bro, sometimes it's mad. Like the other day, where was I? I was in a food shop and someone was like to me, when you dropping some new stuff, man? I'm just like, bro, like my album's coming out on Friday.
How's everything going, bro? It's been a while, man.
I know, it's been a
Keep us
moment.
waiting.
It's been a moment. I was with you talking about the album before the album was the album, and then now we got the album.
Finally here. Finally here. You've obviously taken, like, almost, you've grown as a person.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? What sparked it? Because I think you were always there, but it's like, it seems like you're on the next level.
I think just having time to chill, you know, if I'm honest. I think the rush, busy thing it's not necessarily always a good thing for the brain and for the soul, man. I think you're doing more, sometimes you may be doing more than you're meant to, but you're not living while you're doing it, and it just becomes like robotic. Like someone asks you a question, you say yeah, someone walks up to you with a phone, can we take a picture, you smile, then you walk off, then you know what I mean? It just got a bit like, and then I just kind of slowed a lot down and just had time to what's the correct phrasing? To just find peace with myself, man. Just kind of chilled. I'm a lot more chilled now, a lot more relaxed, a lot more reserved.
How did you get it? Because I know this industry doesn't give anyone balance.
Yeah.
It feels like it always keeps you off balance.
You have to take it. You have to take it, man, and you have to. Don't be afraid to say no, man. I think sometimes it gets to the point where it's like, let's do that, and there's so much things to do, and it's like, you don't really need to do all that. I'd rather just be in the studio doing that, because that's what I first picked up a pen to write and to become better at it. So I need to spend the most time doing that rather than everything else. Doing the shows are cool, but there's a lot of stuff that you end up doing that you just might not need to do, man.
That's the business part, isn't it?
Yeah, that's the business part, but it's finding that perfect balance, though, man. Like, you gotta find the balance, bro, because doing things that you don't want to do, they're gonna make you fall out of love with why you're here in the first place. So if I ever fall out of love with music, there's no point going to a fashion show, there's no point going to this, there's no point going to anything, because who am I now? Like, I'm just the person that turns up to places, and I'm spending more time at places than I am recording. Doesn't really make any sense.
Do you feel that? Was that happening at all? Because I don't know, I'm not speaking for you.
Yeah.
But I did see there was a portion when you were out and about at fashion events.
Yeah, out and about. But you know it is as well, like, sometimes there are opportunities that we're seizing. Like at the time when I was doing all the fashion weeks and all that, like got cool with a couple of the designers, and I actually was like this close to having a situation with the tailors. So my thing was with a tailor, a sick tailor, you get me? Like, so them, everything that I was wearing was my own thing. You get what I mean? We was wearing that there, me and one of my business partners, Stitch, and we was going there, and then that was the whole thought process behind that. But in order to open a tailor shop, I want to understand what do people respect, because it's a lot deeper than just a jacket. It's the cut, it's the fit, it's who made it, it's where the shop is. Do you know what I mean? It's what season is it, what do they specialize in, and in order to know that, I'm a creative person. So when I come to the fashion show, I'm saying, all right, cool, he does his trousers like that, that happens like that, how can we da-da-da-da-da, and that's just the hustle in you, though. Do you know what I mean? Like, that's just me coming from where I come from, knowing how to turn 1 penny into a pound, kind of thing.
You're seizing an opportunity.
Yeah. But it does take a lot of your time up, especially if you've got a few different ventures on the go, man.
You've always been someone that I felt like you're a necessary component for our scene, but also for like the youth. Like, you've always embraced the youth. And with the album, my interpretation from what I've heard thus far is that it's almost like you're taking on that leadership role, and you want people to really hear what you've got to say.
Yeah.
Do you know, like, so it's more so like, you could do a song like, what's the song, like Tractor, what that can do. But now I feel like you're really trying to get into people's head and plant the seed. Is that how you see it, or how do you internalize it?
Yeah, I think like I'm at a point where I've obtained a certain amount of knowledge I'm just one of them people that when I'm in a room with my uncle, I could be in a room with my uncle, any seniors, like older seniors, shopkeepers, shop owners, landowners, accountants. I listen more than I talk, and I just soak it up and I soak it up. But then what I realised is, I might be fortunate to be in a room with 4 label heads, but my nephew who's 14 isn't. So how do I pass these gems on?
Yeah.
If I don't know, I say my nephew because I look at all the little youth, them like they could be my little brothers or my nephews or whatever from any estate, even if I know them or not. How do I pass this on? I can pass this on to ones that I know, or what about the ones that I don't know? It has to come through the music. If you're listening to my music, you're gonna get the message. Do you know what I mean? And I do think that's important, man. Like, for example, like Jay-Z, that's my guy, bro. Like, I don't know the guy, met the guy once or twice, bumped into him, he ran a little joke on me, like, great guy, whatever. But I've learnt so much from him through his songs that I don't really necessarily need to have a conversation with him because he said what he needs. I've taken what I need to take from it, you know what I mean? And I think hopefully, not saying like I'm like a Jay-Z, but hopefully I can do the same thing that Jay's done for me to the next generation.
The album, I mean, from start to finish, how long has it been recording?
I've been recording it for time, man. Like, I literally started, I probably had songs for this album that obviously ain't on the album, but I probably had songs for this album while we were making Black and White, like the day after Black and White was released. Like, I'm always ready to start. Like, even now, like, I haven't started my next project, but I know in my head what it's going to sound like, what it's about, etc. So I'm kind of always trying to be a step ahead. So this one, yeah, I've been recording for years, man.
You know what's interesting about the album is that you kept yourself active, even though it seemed like everyone's like, what's going on with the album? Mm-hmm. Like, as an artist, how are you able to deal with like people almost saying, yo, what's going on? Like, maybe business is like things that happen that take time to
take long, yeah. Bro, sometimes it's mad. Like, the other day, where was I? I was in a food shop and someone was like to me, when you dropping some new stuff, man? I'm just like, bro, like, my album's coming out on Friday and I've dropped about 2 videos from this project, done like 100 verses, like in however long or whatever, do you know what I mean? And I'm just like, but it just goes to show that sometimes we do feel like our social media is probably like the only source of, it is our only source of promotion because we're in control of it, but we feel like it's massive, but it's probably not as big, or some people just ain't as in tune for whatever reason. You know what I mean? And not everyone's going to be in tune. So them things, they're always like, touch you a bit, because you're like, I do not think that I'm still going. You know what I mean? You see my Fire in the Booth then, and you felt like, there's so much new stuff that I'm doing. I've not seen nothing. And every time in the Fire in the Booth, I say, album coming, or something's coming. When I'm in the Fire in the Booth, I'm there for a reason. Yeah. Not just the Fire in the Booth, I'm there, something's coming. But, you know, it just goes to show, and not everyone's going to always be aware. You'd like them to be, but... You know, but it is difficult, man, because you like, I just don't feel right hearing that.
The awareness, do you feel everyone's fully aware? Because my personal opinion, I'm only speaking for myself, is I follow what you do, but I feel like sometimes outside, not many people are feeling like something's about to happen. I'm just speaking for myself. I don't know how you see it as the person in the middle of it.
Definitely, and that's to do with like anticipation, buzz. Like, you gotta remember, like, when you're first new and you're running through the door, like, it might never ever feel like that when you're the new guy. Do you get what I mean? Like, when a new girl comes into your class, the whole class is talking about this today. Like, you seen that new girl? Yeah, I ain't seen her yet. Don't lie, yeah, she's in that class, or she's in my class, in my science class, but not in my mouth. It's a topic of conversation for a week. Then another new girl comes in. You seen the new girl? Which one? That one? No. She's been there for a week. The new one, the next one, like it's the new. But then the challenge for artists is to remain relevant. And it's not easy. Like, I think now I think maybe back in the day it used to be about how talented you are. Now it's more, I don't know, how can you snap good? Can you insta-vid good? Can you tweet jokes? Can you do memes? Can you, I don't know, like can you do banter or whatever? So you just kind of gotta be excellent at whatever it is you're doing, man. I think now it's survival of the genius. So yeah.